persons on the room. Aha, I'm seeing other people now talking. Chima, I see you. You're giving me like, okay. I wish I can interpret all the emojis. Some people are giving me more than one emoji. It's all right. I like double things, so it's okay when you give me double emoji. I like Adenike. Adenike at least explained her own emoji. Her emoji has some beautiful love all over it. And she says, lovely day. Okay, it's Eswatini is giving me 4 emojis. How am I going to know? But it's so good to see that you are all doing well, and welcome to the Scaling Export Program Live Interact. So as we come in, just drop your emoji. Alice, I see you dancing. Yes, I like the energy. Viber Limited, I see you. Thank you so much, everyone. So what do we have for you today? We're going to have welcome and introduction. I believe, let me also know what country you're joining from. What part of the world are you joining from? Like I said, I am from Abuja, Nigeria, speaking to you directly. Let me know what part of the continent are you joining from. And then we're going to share with you some interesting opportunities you do not want to miss. You know what we do at Africa for Changemakers, we're always connecting you to opportunities. So there's some opportunities coming up in October you cannot afford to miss. And then we're going to have the live interactive session where we have an amazing experienced expert who will be sharing with us industry secrets that would help you scale your export. And then you're going to get connected to the AFC, and we would have the closing remarks. And then, yes, so let me know. All right, I see legally Aziz is from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, I see Adeola from Lagos, Nigeria. I see someone from Brazil. Who is the person from Brazil? That's beautiful to know. I didn't see the name, but I just saw Brazil pop on my screen. Jeffa, I see you from Kenya. I see Verbal Limited is from Kenya. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Alice is from Kaduna. Adesubukan is from Umuahia. So you're joining from Umuahia. I see Kaduna. I see Castina, Nigeria. I see Jos. Okay, thank you, everyone. Keep dropping your emojis and dropping your location. Okay, Akman Peter is joining from Brazil. I see your name right now. Okay, I like it every time I interact with all of you because I like how responsive you are. So let's keep up the response. Wike is from Port Harcourt. Ijoma is from Imo State. Molet is from Lesotho. Okay. I like everyone. Abdul Wasiu is from Ghana. Akwaba. Okay. So let's go straight to the opportunities we have for you in this month of October. As you all know already, we are Africa for Changemakers, and we are the organizers of the Scaling Export Program. And one of our big ambition at Africa for Changemakers is to, provide opportunities and capacity development for entrepreneurs. We share resources and connect them to linkages and so many other things. So these are some opportunities that are currently trending in the agri sector. So the first one is financial support. So AGCO is giving out financial support. AGCO Agriculture Foundation is giving out financial support. It's a grant and it's open to all countries. So I want you to head to our website and see how to maximize this opportunity and check if it's related to your business, because it is seeking proposals from non-profit organizations and public universities, educational institutions around the world. So see if you have a program that is fit to it, apply. USAID is also giving out grant opportunities for social impact projects. And the deadline is 31st October. So you still have quite a number of weeks to put in a befitting application for this. And then the Standard Trade Development Facility is giving out grants to all countries. And this is on a rolling basis. That means go to our website, get more details for the links to apply. Then we have the UNCCD Land Heroes campaign to celebrate youth champion in sustainable land management. This is a capacity development program, and it is happening. The deadline is on the 15th. So go ahead, check it out. If you're interested in land and sustainable land management, I think that's something you should hop on. Okay, Fast Accelerator is open to all countries. It is an incubation and it is on a rolling basis. And then 22 Until Lane Incubation Program is also open to all countries and it is on a rolling basis. How many of you, or someone is saying we should drop it and then you check it out from there. Team members, we can get the direct link to our website where we have funding opportunities so they can apply for it from there. And then what other opportunities do we have for you? We have events happening all over the world, sorry. So we have Investing in Africa, AfCFTA. It's a virtual summit from the 9th to 12th of October. So it's, I think that's passed already because yesterday was 12th. We also have another event, the Nigeria International Agricultural Expo. These are all for my Nigerian people in the community. Someone is unmuted, please. So go ahead and take advantage of that. I think that's also expired 10 to 12. So that was yesterday. We have the Morocco Food Expo happening from the 17th to 19th. It is live in Morocco. So go check it out. And if you are anywhere around Morocco, that might be a great networking and capacity and visibility for you, for your business. So go ahead and take advantage of it. Okay, so what else do we have for training and workshop? We have Harvard University Agribusiness is giving out a workshop. So go check it out and see if you're interested in applying for it. We also have the University of Leeds Agribusiness. This course is designed to help you as a business owner to understand your target market and how you can develop a competitive market strategy. Okay, we also have the evaluation of agribusinesses firm for risk management, potential for financial lending. Guys, we have a lot more. What we are even sharing with you is not compared to the resources we have on our website. We are constantly curating opportunities and seeing how do we help entrepreneurs and agripreneurs across Africa to develop their capacity. And what we do is create that connection and we want you to take advantage of that. So let me know in the comment section which of these opportunities you are going to try out and apply for it. And remember, whenever you get selected for any of these opportunities, please come back to us to say thank you. We'd like to celebrate you and know how the opportunity has transformed your life. But let me know in the comment section, everyone. Gideon says the grants. Okay. Okay, so other persons who is attending the event, who is taking the training and workshop, let me know who is taking the capacity development. I hope Gideon is not the only one in class. I'll start calling out names. Vivian Ayodele says, really nice opportunities. Everybody is saying grant. People should go for capacity. But it's all good. Whatever you decide to go for is great. We also have our podcast. We're currently even working on new episode that you all need to watch out for. So go check out our podcast. We have Africa in Chocolate, we have Okras, we have Tough Truth. These are some of the many episodes of the podcast we've produced, and we're still working on creating more podcasts that will change the narrative. So I don't know if our speaker is already on ground. I can see that the students are ready. And definitely, we also have a lot in store for you. But let me check the comment section to see what are you all going to be applying and looking forward to. Okay, the Premier Consulting says grant and training. Okay, Pasha says goodness. Airline Agro says training workshop. The live interactive session. Before we go to the live interactive session, we want to, okay, Henry says training and funding. Okay, I like everyone. I like it. It shows you were listening and you were watching out. In case you missed that and you're like, can you go back? I want to see that one. I didn't see it very well. Go to our website. Our website is afchub.org. Very simple, 5-letter word, AFC HUB or 6-letter.org, and you have access to all those resources. Before we go into unveiling our speaker and our trainer for today, we want to do a bit of a portal walkthrough for everyone. Okay, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I would hand over to the programs team from the Scaling Export program to do the portal walkthrough. And after that, we're going to go straight to the live interactive session that will be focused on understanding international trade policies, regulation, and compliance, AfCFTA. Okay, so program team, over to you.
Okay, hello everyone. So welcome to the SAP LIS session today. So my name is Patience Brimo. This is the SAP portal we showed you the last time. So today I'll just walk us through how we're going to be navigating our learning sections and all of that on the portal. So when you come to the portal, we're opening the module 1 for all of us. We're opening the modules today. So just after this call, you can log in freely and get to do your learnings, your module 1 and all that. So when you come to the portal, it will not show you this. I have actually done password reset. That's why it's showing me this. So when you log into we're going to send you the link to just get into your dashboard directly just after this call. We'll send this to you. So when you log in, you're supposed to be able to see your email and password. You remember the last time for the survey, you have a default password. So there is password already there. It's just for you to enter your email address to be sure that you can log into the section. So for this time around, when you come in and you see the email and then the password is there already. But to reset your password, what you can do, if you don't want to reset your password, is fine. You can just put in your email address and log in, and it will take you to the portal directly. But otherwise, you will have to set your email, your password, and the only way to set your password is to click forgot password. And the only way to do this is to click the network glitch, sorry. So if you click forgot password, it will take you to your email, and then you enter your valid email. Please enter a valid email that you can open to check your login, the password link that will be sent to you. So once you enter a login email, let me just enter it now. So so you submit. Once you submit it, it will tell you to check your email. So it has said that I should, for the purpose of this, I just don't want to go, but anyways, it's okay. So it will say, we have sent a password reset link. So what you just do is to go to your email, and once you get to your email, you can see, oh shit, why am I seeing this? So sorry, I'm not able to log into my email right now. I'm sorry, so we don't waste time. So once you are able to get that, you to give you a password reset link. Once it gives you the password recently, once it gives you a password reset link, you come back to your, please let me quickly log into my email. That's the only way you will understand it. So I got a link. So this link, I click on this link and then it takes me to a new password reset. So I put in a new password and then I confirm the new password. And then I reset. Okay, after resetting, I just click on home and it takes me to log into the portal. So I go back to log in with the new email address that with the new link that I generated for myself. That's the new password that I generated for myself. So yes, I'm back to the portal. Now, this is what you will get once you enter into the portal, and then to do your module 1, you know, module 1 is where you start from. So I click into the module and then I see all my courses available there. So I have the introduction, I have the course 1, I have the course 2, and then I have the 3rd course. So what you simply need to do is to just click and start watching. Once you watch one, it will take you to another one, and then you just keep watching like that. And after a course, you are supposed to take assessments, and then just click take assessments. Once you click take assessment, you will take the assessment, and then you go to after taking assessment, you go to the next course. So this interactive session is to help you to interact with other learners on the portal. For example, you have something to say to other people, or you think this course is insightful, or anything you think about the course, you can just put it on this, oh, good. I can just click good here, and then I send it. It will just show on the portal that, yeah, I've said the course is good, and whatever it is I need to say, I can just say, and then other people can also see it and reply to it. So for the course description here, which is down, this is to describe what the course is about to you. Then the instructor, the person that took this course, the bio of the person is what you are seeing here. And then the additional reading materials is this one that you're seeing. So we have additional reading materials to actually help you on the course, or to help you get better with that course and all of that. So all of these links that you're seeing here, how import and export affect you, and all of these other ones, they are linked to additional learnings that you can have for this course. So really, this is all that you really need to know right now on for the portal. And then if you have any questions, you can ask us via our email, which we have been using to send messages to you, and also on the from the WhatsApp group. We also would be communicating with you via the WhatsApp group. So if you have any question, you have any login question and inquiry, you can also let us know from the group, chat any of the admins up, and then we'll be able to answer your questions. And then that will be all for now, so we don't delay too much. And it's like our trainer is already on the call. So I'll stop sharing now, and over to you, and thank you so much.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, and we come up. I just want to take a moment to thank Omobola Adekola. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we really appreciate your presence. And we are looking forward to learn from you and to give valuable insight as well. Thank you so much. So my colleague will take over. She will take over from here. Thanks.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Apologies, for some reason, I don't know, the network, I couldn't get in on time, but good afternoon. It's good to be here today. And thank you very much, Bushra, for.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Okay, so we're going to hand over to you shortly, but apologies, everyone. I had a bit of a glitch So thank you so much, Patient, for the portal walkthrough. And I'm sure everyone, it was clear. But if you have any question, please do free to reach out to the team either on WhatsApp or send a mail. And then during question and answer, we'll get to respond to every other question you have included for the class. So right now it's time for the main dish. We'll have the appetizer where we let you know what to expect. And a lot of you are saying you are ready. So I want to still know, how ready are you for today's live interactive session? I just want to gauge your readiness for this session. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what are your expectations and how ready are you for today's class. Okay, B is ready. Is it only B that is ready? Let me know how ready you are for today's class. And okay, Smile says, let's have it. We are ready. Okay, so I'm just going to introduce our speaker for today, our trainer, our facilitator. Remember, we said today we're learning about understanding international trade policies, regulation, and compliance, AfCFTA. And a lot of us are already, we have products that we want to export, and this program is especially for you. And you need to understand the regulations, you need to understand policies and all that. If not, you're not going to have an effective export process. So our facilitator today is the managing partner of Capon and Brawley Solicitors and the founder of TWB Trade Advisory Limited. She has extensive experience in handling corporate and commercial transactions, having provided transactional advisory services to diverse range of clients over the years. She advises institutions on corporate structure of business, cross-border investment, international trade, corporate governance, best practices, legal intricacies of financial matters. She is the founder and host of the Trading Without Borders podcast, a podcast dedicated to accelerating and advancing the opportunities gained and its impact of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. She is a part of the team of corporate governance compliance professional that advised the Nigerian government on policy framework for private sector implementation of the National Ethics and Integrity Policy 2020. She is a member of the Executive Committee of the Young Directors Forum of the Chartered Institute of Directors, Nigeria. She serves as a faculty and volunteer legal consultant for Faith Foundation. She is a graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria, and was called to the Nigerian bar in 2007. She holds a postgraduate degree in international trade and commercial law, Durham University, Durham, United Kingdom. In her spare time, she partakes in charitable activities. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Scaling Export Program, I introduce and I unveil to you your facilitator for today, Omobola Adekola. Can we put our heads together for her in the comment section as she takes over the virtual stage? Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here with you on this Friday afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to be speaking about the AfCFTA. I'm sure a lot of us have been hearing about it and wondering what it is about really. So let me just share my screen so that we will start. Okay. Okay, good. Yes, so what for today's topic is understanding international trade policies and regulations with the focus on the AfCFTA. So what is it have been introduced? Thank you very much. It's good to be here. So I'm sure a lot of us have been hearing about the AfCFTA and you're just wondering what it is about. Don't worry, there are quite a number of people in Africa who are also wondering what it is about. So which is one of the things that prompted me to start with the podcast. So I'll just share a bit of the history of the AfCFTA and what it is about. What does it mean really? So the AfCFTA, that's the African Continental Free Trade, is a project of the African Union. So in March 2018, the agreement was signed by at the African Union Summit, that's in Kigali, Rwanda, and it became effective in May 2019. And so right now, out of 55 African countries, 54 have signed it and about 47 have ratified that. So before I go into AfCFTA proper, let me just share what a free trade area, for the benefit of the people that are not aware of what a free trade area is. So it gives you a perspective of what AfCFTA is. So a free trade area is basically a region where a group of countries come together to sign a trade agreement to basically reduce or remove the trade barriers that are hindering trade in goods and services among them. So basically what AfCFTA is about is let's get Africans to trade more with each other. You can agree with me, for those of us that have been in the export business, if we have some of them here, you know, a lot of challenges and difficulties with trading, getting to trade in Africa, even moving across Africa is actually even expensive to say you want to travel Africa, within Africa and outside of Africa at times. So you have Africans trade more with external countries rather than with Africa. So what the AfCFTA has come to address is let's get Africans to trade more with each other. Let's create a single market in Africa, and let's remove or reduce the barriers that are hindering the flow of trade. That is hindering the flow of trade, hindering the movement of people within Africa. You also know that even to move around, you also go to some African countries, the visa requirements and also AfCFTA is about, let's take out all these barriers. Let's try and reduce as much as possible whatever it is that is making it difficult for Africans to trade with each other. And let's try to basically create one single market. So within Africa, that AfCFTA is one single market with different countries. So what are barriers? Barriers are government duties and quotas. They have, those are tariff barriers. Then we have non-tariff barriers, custom delays at port, cumbersome paperwork, and the rest. And of course, with all this also leads to high cost of it because it takes a while, and but some of all these issues are being addressed already, and we'll look at that more as we go along. So what are the objectives of the AfCFTA? It's basically to expand intra-Africa trade, like I said earlier, across the regional economic communities. So the way trade has been done in Africa, I'm sure if you have ECOWAS, there's EAC, Eastern African Community, we have others, we have SADC and the rest of them. So they trade within regions. So we want to expand it, like we are not just trading within ECOWAS. We want you to move also to East Africa, move to Southern Africa, move across even North Africa, trade with yourself, promoting traffic. So we create a single market in 54 African countries, facilitated by free movement of goods, services, persons, and removal of barriers to trade. Then, of course, because I'm sure a lot of you here, we are within the agricultural industry. So we have to promote, that's the main objective of the AfCFTA, to promote industrial development through diversification and regional value chain. So let's move Africa from raw materials. Let's move Africa to value addition. We want to start with, rather than just sending the cocoa and the selling, let's also make sure, please, let's do things that sorry, please excuse me, please. Sorry, please excuse me. Please. Okay. Yes, apologies for that. So, of course, to promote industrial development through diversification, regional value chain development, agricultural development, and food security, eliminate tariffs and non-tariff barriers, and to progressively liberalize or remove restrictions to trade in goods and services, like I said earlier. So what are the prospects? It's been projected that the AfCFTA, of course, a growth projection of 1.7 billion people and 6.7 trillion in consumer and business spending by 2030, then increased international exports, and of course, it will increase intra-Africa trade. There will be expected 90% tariff reduction on goods and products traded within Africa. You have, with AfCFTA, you have access to a market of 1.2 billion Africans, and opportunities for Africans to also trade amongst themselves, You can get trade with somebody in Kenya, business, or you move across African countries to trade. So that is what it is. So the AfCFTA creates vast opportunities to enter and expand into new markets across Africa. So this is where it is. So the AfCFTA agreement is divided into protocols. So we might not function in all areas. So some of us here are majorly will deal in goods and services. So some of us, this is going to be, maybe trading goods is going to be our own area of focus. It's wide. So the agreement is divided into protocols. We have the trading goods, we have trading services, we have intellectual property protection. Of course, if you are going to be moving your goods or moving your products or services around, you also want to protect your IP. So there's provision for that in the agreement as to how that will be protected in various regions. We have trade investment opportunity for people that are going to deal in investments. We have protocols on that. Then competition policy. How the agreement also provided state parties, they are the member countries, all the countries are called state parties. Whatever it is, policies to put in place to ensure that there are no competitions or there are no issues that can hinder others from trading appropriately or enjoying the benefits of the AfCFTA. And we also have dispute resolution. Of course, you must admit there are going to be issues that will arise, and the agreement has also made provision for it. And the newest one, some of the policies that have just been added recently, the digital trade. You may agree, a lot of youth, African youth and women and youth, so a lot of people will be maybe you'll be selling your goods or your products over e-commerce, electronic via the internet. So of course there are policies on how this should be addressed and how to help you also harness those opportunities and on women and youth. So for this purpose, we are going to look at what trading goods is about, because most of us here within agriculture, so we'll focus more on trading goods, and maybe I'll also speak to trading services so we know what it is. So what's the objective of it? To create a liberalized market for trading goods. So also that's to help us to reduce or remove the barriers that can hinder us from exporting our products or our goods across the various African countries, and with African countries, which are saying that eliminate tariff and non-tariff barriers to goods. So, but under trading goods, the major thing that we need to know is the rules of origin, because these are basically the rules that, how do you know if my product, I want to trade my product under the AfCFTA? How do I, so what exactly is good? Under the trading goods, there are the rules of origin. So these are rules that are basically set down to determine whether or not the goods that are going to be traded by, of course, when they say state parties, it is all of us. We are providing goods, we are providing services. Will our products or will your good qualify as originating goods? They originate from your country. So if if the goods qualify for preference, they will qualify for. So if they originate from the AfCFTA country, that means they will qualify for preferential treatment. So that means that your goods, the tariffs will be removed completely in respect of your goods, or will be reduced. So goods qualify for preferential treatment if they originate in the state parties. So if your product meets the criteria, so this is where a lot of us have to pick. If your products meet the criteria, then you qualify for preferential treatment under the AfCFTA. So that's basically what the rules of origin is about. For trading goods, this is the main thing. What do my products qualify to be treated and enjoy special preferences under the CFTA? So, and there are requirements for that, how that's going to be measured, how that's going to be looked at. So let's also go into that. So, like I said, if your product originates from one of the state parties under the AfCFTA, so a product shall be considered as originating from a state order if it's only obtained in that state party, or if it's not only obtained, then it has undergone substantial transformation in the state party. So these are the two criteria that will be used to assess your products, if your products will qualify for preferential treatment under the AfCFTA. The only obtained criteria or the substantial transformation or process criteria. So, and the agreement of the different policies are also going to provide examples of some of the products that are only obtained. So yesterday, so one of it, we have a mineral products other than non-living natural resources extracted from the ground, the seabed, below the seabed, in the territory of a state party, products obtained from live animals. So I'm using different countries here, so we'll know. So if you have a product that was obtained from live animals that was raised in Nigeria, that live animal raised in Nigeria, then you qualify. We have plants, including aquatic plants, plant products, vegetables and fruits grown or harvested in Ghana. I just use Ghana here, like grown or harvested in all the AfCFTA country, then that product is only obtained and will qualify for preferential treatment. Products obtained by hunting, fishing, and fishing conducted in Tanzania. That's another one. Live animals born and raised. So it's not just about live. The live animal must have been born in one of the. So if you have, Shira. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Currently, our screen is projected, so we are not seeing the screen that we cannot see the slide you are presently.
Oh, okay. Well, apologies. I didn't know that I had paused sharing. Oh, apologies for that. Apologies. Well, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
I'm so sorry about that. So I'd spoken about this. I am originating. So I spoke about rules of origin, the criteria that are used to determine whether your products qualify for preferential treatment, and how do you know whether a product is an originating product or where is it? So these are the two criteria that will be used. A product shall be considered as originating if it has been only obtained in a state party or undergone substantial transformation. I'm sorry, I hope you got that because I explained that a bit then. So I'll just talking about examples of products that are only obtained. So we have mineral products and other non-living natural resources extracted from the ground, the seabed, below seabed, and in the territory of a state party. That's a product that is only obtained. We have products from live animals raised in Nigeria. So if your animal is raised in Nigeria, if it was also born and raised in Nigeria, that means it's only obtained. It's an only obtained product and it qualifies for preferential treatment. We have plants, aquatic plants, vegetables and fruits grown or harvested in a state party. We have products obtained by hunting and fishing conducted in Tanzania. We have products of aquaculture, including mariculture, fish, crustaceans, mollusks, aquatic invertebrates, born or raised. So these are some of the examples of only obtained product. I've also added some here, products of sea fishing, another product taken from the sea outside the territory of the state party by their vessels, products made above factory sheet exclusively from products referred to previously, then used articles fit only for the recovery of materials. So these are some of some of the only obtained product that has gone on to be listed within the rules of origin policy. We have scrap and waste from, okay, this might not really apply to you here. The products extracted from marine soil, subsoil, outside their territorial waters. And with, okay, so there's an exception here. Agricultural products, whether or not processed in any way, obtained or partially obtained from food aid or monetization or similar assistance measures, including arrangement based on non-commercial, shall not be considered as originating and do not qualify for preferential treatment. So if you have gotten a product that is based on grants or food aid or monetization, that's not going to qualify for preferential treatment under the AfCFTA. So I thought to also bring that to your attention. Then the second criteria is substantially transformed in the state party. So, and they are, so this is we have what will be used to assess if a product is not only obtained. If it doesn't meet any of the criteria of the product that examples listed up, then they will look at it with sufficiently worked or processed product. So they will use that different categories to check what the level of value addition, Is it going to change? There a change in tariff heading for some of us that have been in the export space? You know, the HS code. I know. Let's say you take a wood mahogany, transform it into a cupboard or a chair. Is that going to change the tariff heading? What the percentage of non-material content, so the specific processes that have been used. So this is what will be used to assess a product that has been substantially transformed, that is not only obtained from a state party. So they would use this criteria to assess it. And if the product meets it, then your product will qualify for preferential treatment under the AfCFTA. Okay, so, and also in the process of that, so there are some working or processes that you carry out that doesn't mean that they will confer origin. So it has also gone on to list out like some of these. When you're breaking up or assembly of packages does not mean that you've carried out work or substantial processing on that product. So it does not qualify. If you are just washing, cleaning, or removing dust, oxide, paint, or other coverage from the product, that does not qualify. People ironing or pressing operations, it doesn't qualify for preferential treatment. Painting, or skin, partial or total bleaching, polishing or glazing of cereals and rice. So if you're in this, if you deal with this, you also need to note this, that it doesn't qualify for preferential treatment under the AfCFTA. Operations to color sugar or form sugar lumps, partial or total milling of crystal sugar. That does not qualify for preferential treatment under the AfCFTA. So that's just a bit about the trade in goods. And I want to move also into, I don't know if questions will come after I've finished, or I can move on, or I want to move to trade and services just to give a bit overview about that as well. If that's fine, Bushra.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so all right then. Okay, so apart from the trade in goods, so we move on to under trade and services. So there are also objectives. So some of us don't necessarily operate within the goods and products sales space. Even if you're in this industry, you could be offering services. I'm a services provider. So there are also ways that services are offered. I will speak to that, but what are the objectives? Of course, to also create a single liberalized market for trade and services, accelerate efforts on industrial development to promote development of regional value chains, because the major thing about the AfC is that to promote regional value chain, let's move from raw materials, let's start producing value-added products. And of course, enhance competitiveness of services through economics of scales, improved allocation of resources, and with services, you foster, you attract domestic and foreign investment. So how are services supplied under international trade? So under international trade, this is not just for AfCFTA, under international trade generally, these are the way services are provided. Some of us are already doing it, but you don't know that you are already offering services. So there's cross-border supply of services, providing services over the internet. Somebody reaches out to you from another African country. Can you carry out this research for us? And you do that and you get paid. All that is done via the internet, via email and all that. That's cross-border supply of services. Consumption abroad, you go, the Kenyan national, he goes to South Africa to use a hotel or a hospital there. That's consumption abroad. That's trade and services. Commercial presence. If you go on to, let's say, of course, you're exporting your product, but you decide that I want to go and set up in Egypt or in Morocco or in Togo, want to set up a branch of our company there, that's commercial presence. Then we also have the natural persons, where we have we can have a Nigerian professor. He traveled to Zimbabwe to deliver a lecture, to conduct training. So what I'm doing now, let's say I'm going to another African country to conduct physical training. That's what presence of. So those are the 4 ways that you can carry out services under international trade. And of course, even with your food value chain, there are different services that you carry out in between. If you are selling goods or services, there are different, there are other, within the ecosystem, there are other things that you do, which is not necessarily about selling or goods and products alone. So right now, under the, so what I need you to know about the AfCFTA, that there's still negotiations ongoing in different areas. So for trade and services, there are 5 priority areas that are currently being negotiated by state parties. So that's been done, and as soon as that's completed, we will get the information concerning that. And so the 5 areas are financial services, transportation services, business services, we also have communication services, tourism and travel related services. So the state parties, they have their representatives, they are negotiating in respect of, okay, what are we going to allow? How do I, if you want to offer services in our country, what does the AfCFTA say in respect of treatment of nationals of other state parties? Do you need to carry out these services? Those services sometimes has to do with about maybe licensing. Are we ready to give a sort of reduced licensing requirement? Or in accessing our country, are we ready to reduce or relax some of the regulations? You must admit that if you want to go to export, maybe they have their rules and regulations. You just don't take your products or goods there. You need to know what the requirement is in that country for you to start providing those services. And so what the AfCFTA said, okay, let's sort of see if there is some sort of restriction because of those. Is there a way that we can bring it down so that people can easily trade amongst each other? So of course, what are the barriers? There are protection. Of course, every country wants to protect its own nationals first. You also don't want something that is going to affect your own people. So, but one thing I always tell people is, even if you say, yeah, the country is good, if you don't go out, they are coming in. That is the truth. And if you have an opportunity to spread your services, to spread your goods to various countries, yes, you might not have the capacity, but there are ways that are already being, there are different initiatives being set up, even by government, private sector, to help in capacity building, even ways that you can collaborate with others outside of your own country. So barriers to trade in services, sometimes you can say, these are the number of services in this industry. We only allow maybe our own nationals. We just want them. For anyone that is coming out from another country, we can only allow this certain number. This is the value of service that you can offer. You can't take more than this. This is the number you can do. This is the, so those sort of services. So those sort of policies they restrict trade. And so this is what AfCFTA is trying to address. Like, let's try and take out these barriers that are limiting us, that are limiting Africa. Let's also boost our own economy rather than just taking it out. Yes, we are still going to trade with outsiders. We are going to trade in the US and the UK and the EU with China, yes, but at least let's also boost our own economy. Let's get ourselves. So that's basically what trading services it's more of is about. Then okay, and the agreement also said in respect of accessing the market, accords services of suppliers of others to the treatment that is no less favorable than the one that you are given for your people, or what. So what they are negotiating under trade and service schedules of specific commitment. So each state party say, okay, this is our own, what we are committing to. So if you're committed to certain specific policy, then abide by it. That's what basically the AfCFTA is saying. So don't treat nationals of other state parties or their services less than the way you are treating your own. So be impartial, be reasonable, access conditions granted to one state party. So if you say, I'm just going to give West African country this, AfCFTA say, no, extend it to others, extend it to East Africa, extend it to North, extend. So that is what AfCFTA is basically saying. So right now, as the AfCFTA, is it effective? Yes, it's been signed, it's been ratified, but it hasn't become operational fully. But what has happened is there's an initiative that has been launched, which is called the Guided Trade Initiative. And that's basically to test the functionality of the AfCFTA. So there's a pilot phase project ongoing. So some countries are already trading under the AfCFTA under the guidance of the AfCFTA Secretariat. So it's called the Guided Trade Initiative for the countries that have met the minimum threshold. They have started trading, and let's test the operational, the institutional, legal, and trade policy. And let's see what the AfCFTA will it work. What are the lessons that we can learn? So that is ongoing right now. There are already 8 countries participating. So if you're in Cameroon, Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Mauritius, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Tunisia, AfCFTA is ongoing in your own country. So under the Guided Trade Initiative. So that's ongoing. There's another round. The next phase is coming up very soon. Nigeria is likely to join the next phase, and there are some countries should have already applied that they want to become part of the next phase of the Guided Trade Initiative. So what are the products that are still being traded under? So we have ceramic tile, batteries, tea, coffee, processed meat products, cornstarch, sugar, pasta, glucose syrup, dried fruit, sisal fiber, beverages, foodstuffs, among others. So if you are dealing in any of these products and you're in any of those countries, you need to go and find out from your export or the proper authority on what needs to be done that you want to trade under the AfCFTA. That's ongoing. So take note of that. So there are requirements really. So you need to be an approved exporter. So apart from you exporting to export under the AfCFTA, you have to apply to be an approved exporter. So you need to go to find out the regulatory authority in your country and apply for this. Then the designated competent authority, they would assess you. They are different and they will let you know. So for you to be able to do this, then so some training. So the first one that happened in September 20, Igire coffee. I'm sure people that are in Rwanda. This was exported to Ghana under the AfCFTA. So the certificate of origin was issued to that company. Then of course, so I think the tea people, their own industry, they are winning in this aspect. They are the first set of people. Then of course in Kenya, tea was shipped to Ghana also in October 2020. Then I think some aspect of batteries, one country, I'm sorry, I didn't get that here, but that was also shipped, either it is from Ghana to another country, but it is ongoing. There's a lady that I know on LinkedIn, her name is Linda Chepkwony. I don't know if some of Kenyans know her. And she also mentioned, I wanted to put it here, when she mentioned that she assisted somebody to export under the AfCFTA in Kenya. So there's AfCFTA going on. So take advantage of the opportunity of reduced tariffs on your products, but you need to find out. So you need to find out what it is. Then apart from under the AfCFTA, there is also the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. That's basically getting us to trade in our currencies. So you can export, the exporter and importer, so you trade in each other rather than using, I'm sure a lot of us know that it's foreign currency that we use in our export trade. So what the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System is seeking to do is you can buy and sell in your own currency. So if you are, let's say you are the one that wants to export goods and you're in Ghana, you can use Ghanaian currency to pay. You can use the Ghanaian currency to pay. And the person that is receiving or the seller in another country, whether in Kenya, whether in Zimbabwe, whether in Morocco, they will receive in their own currency. So it doesn't need to be, you don't need to change to, you are looking for dollars. So under AfCFTA, trade in your currency. You sell, you make your payments in your own currency, and the recipient receives in their own currency. You pay in your Ghanaian cedi and the Nigerian receive in their Nigerian naira. That's what it is about AfCFTA. And I also spoke earlier about. I don't know if you can hear, maybe your person can mute. The noise.
Hello, can you please mute yourself?
Okay, so we have the competition program. I already mentioned that prohibits anti-competitive business practices. So monopolies or exclusive suppliers do not act in a manner that is inconsistent with the obligations and commitments. So I also thought maybe I should add prospect and to let you know about prospect and opportunity. So there have been various reports that has been out from the World Bank, the World Economic Forum, the International Trade Center. And I'm happy to inform you that out of the sectors that have been identified as high potential, the agriculture and agri-processing sector, as we mentioned in all the reports, you always have agriculture and agri-processing. Those are the sectors with high potential under the AfCFTA. So you can see we have automotive here, we have agriculture, agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, transport, and logistics. But I'll just, of course, people will say, yes, infrastructure, are there challenges? There are challenges, there are enormous challenges. I'm sure a lot of us will agree in respect of even infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, and all that is part of what is being addressed as well. You know, moving products, because I'm sure a lot of, if you want to get it from the farms, rural area, the road network is usually horrible, they are not good enough. So the infrastructure challenges are also being addressed as well, as much as even there's also a protocol on free movement of persons to be able to allow Africans to move freely. Some countries, I think those ones are in East Africa, they have already removed the issue of visa. Some of them have just a national ID with one, I think nationals of their countries can travel to each other's country with just the national ID, not even with an international passport, national ID card, that's it. So all those sort of things that are already been addressed. Some ports are already been digitized. They have moved away from all the usual manual of checking and all that. They have digitized their port. They're already using innovation, IT, in respect of operations, in respect of your goods, getting your documentation and your goods at within the port. So when concerning agro-processing, it's stated that there's been increased demand for storage and warehouses, cold chain investment for agro-processed products. So you can see Ghana has made moves to boost agro-processing. So if you're in Ghana, take advantage of this. Foreign investment in infrastructure for preserving, storing, and transporting harvest use. So there's opportunity to scale production and increase trade in processed products. That is one area that has been prospected, that Ghana is making moves in respect of this area. So I don't know if there are people that, okay, you want to transport and move your goods as well. There's going to be increased demand for logistics providers and of course, increased manufacturing and all that. So one area that has been mentioned as well, especially in the report of International Trade Center, is the infant food industry. It's said to be an area that has high prospects. So for instance, we import 570 million euro in food preparation from outside of Africa. And it's said that there are vast investment opportunities in this area. There's abundance of fruits and yes, which we all in your industry, but there's limited production capacity and there's low consumer trust in local brands. And that's what's hindering this sector. But growth has been, of course, lack of modern production machinery and weak quality infrastructure. Those are some of the things. And so I'll just stop here for now. And if we have questions, then we can, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. So I'll just
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. This is very insightful. But then I'm sure that some of the participants will have questions that they really would like to clarify or ask. So please, if you have questions for our facilitator, please let's see your answer and then we'll ask you to unmute so that you can ask your questions. So are there people with questions? Please, let's see your answer and then we'll ask you to unmute so that we don't get it rowdy and all that. So please, if you have a question, indicate and then we'll enable you to unmute.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hello.
Okay, Okay,
Hello?
please, Ibrahim, go on and ask your question, please.
Okay, my name is Ibrahim Adam Ali from Kano in Nigeria, from Empire Seed Production and Agro Allied Nigeria Limited. So I want more light about the trade, like he said, like she was said about the animal life. Hello, hello.
Okay, are you talking about the live? You are talking about the examples of only obtained products that I mentioned,
Yes,
live animals. Yes.
mention live animals from Nigeria. So I want to know before life
Sorry,
I
there's
want
background noise. So
okay. So I want to know the difference. We have we have organic here like in Kano, organic farming products here in Kano, and then we have livestock in general. So can she specify which kind of live animal are need to outside, and then we have like what I said about the organic agricultural products. Thank you.
okay, thank you very much. But in respect of specifying, you'd have to be with the regulators. But what the rules of origin says that as long as the animals were born in one of the animal is born in a state party and was raised in that state party, that is what the regulation says. Then it's now left to the regulation. But when you still have to take it for assessment. Then they then tell you and assess to tell you that okay, this qualifies for preferential. But what the regulation says is live animals born and raised in a state party. That is just what is there. But even with all this, you still have to take it for assessment. So even with all this that has been said, so you take even the one that has been only obtained that was raised in that country, it's going to be taken for assessment. They assess it and look at it and then say whether your product, okay, this meets the requirements.
All right, thank you so much. So the next person, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Wendy, please, are you there? Kindly unmute and ask.
Hello?
Yes, we can
Hello?
hear you. Please go ahead. Yes, we can hear you.
My name is Wende from Tanzania. Are you able to list the countries that have already signed under this agreement?
Yes, I said all 54 African countries apart from Eritrea.
Okay,
there are 55 countries in Africa. So 54 African countries have signed, then 47 have ratified. But I'm not sure. I think Tanzania should be part of the countries that has now ratified, but all the 54 African countries, apart from Eritrea, have all signed the agreement. But some of them have not yet ratified because there are internal regulations that they need to carry out for them to then put it to ratification. That's bringing it into law within your own country. But all the 54 African countries have signed it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much, Wendy. Omo Gloria, kindly unmute and ask your question.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you. This is Gloria from Edo State, Nigeria. Please, what I just want to ask is that, is there a time limit, or this is a continuous thing? And again, some of us that are not yet registered with the NEPC, this is Nigeria Exports Council. So, is it a continuous thing? So, but I know that should be a requirement, though, for us to be registered with Nigeria Export Council. So I just want to know, is it a continuous process, please?
Okay. Yes, it's continuous. It's going on as we continue as long as we want. But right now, So it's because everybody needs to get involved. Right now, Nigeria has not even yet started trading under the guided trade initiative. There are still a lot of internal processes and things ongoing. And when Nigeria signs, when the next phase, because Nigeria is going to join the next phase, Nigeria is planning to join, we'll all be aware. But of course, anytime you get to start, you want to start your export, you can as well join, you can trade under the whenever you want to. So it's not that there's a time limit. No, it is just, it's going to be, this is it in Africa. This is as long as you want to continue, except maybe one country says, oh, I'm not interested again. And of course, they have to do all the old administrative regulatory country thing and they take up, but it is ongoing. So if we wake up, if we get on, and if Africa AfCFTA becomes effective today and people start, in all countries start implementing, even if it's 5 years time and you wake up and say, this is what I want to do, it's all good. And you want you, as long as you meet the requirements, that's fine. So it's ongoing.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So let's quickly have the next person, Dayo Akindutire. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well, sorry. So please, I've asked you to unmute and ask your questions, please.
So my question, I thank Continental for the insightful presentation. But looking at the data you shared, they seem to be dated back to September, October 2022. And that is over about 1 year. We are in 2023. Don't we have recent update on the happenings in AfCFTA so that we can better informed and we can make quality decisions along the happenings in this space?
Yes, the data shared is what we have that is recent. You can say it's far away, but September 2022, October 2022, it was an initiative launched last year. And we don't have a lot of them that have already traded. So it is information that is available that this party, this country, somebody moved, another country, somebody. It's a new thing. So it's not like you are going to have a lot of examples. Just like I said, there are still negotiations ongoing. Yes, I mentioned during it, even if that was not stated, I mentioned that for those in Kenya, there's a lady during my presentation that who said she just assisted somebody to trade under the AfCFTA recently. She assisted the person to export. I didn't put that information there. I didn't put it here, but I mentioned when I was saying that there was also somebody that said that somebody traded in Kenya. So you don't have all those info. What you want that you want to use that. Whatever it is, what is available. Yes, I think in Tunisia, somebody also traded under this. So it's not like they already quite a lot of it already. Just like I said, states are applying. We want to start trading under the AfCFTA and their requirement. So I can't manufacture data where there is none. I can only bring out what we have out there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So please mute yourself, Big Mommy Foodies. I've not.
So I think, I don't know, we can have Akanji Oluwaseyi. We can ask your question. After that, we can have Alice Madaki for her question and Adeyemi Oluwaseyi. Then we'll go to the comment section. So Akanji, please unmute and ask your question.
Okay, sorry, before Akanji speaks, I apologize for that. Just to answer that question. So about the person that said she assisted someone to export from Kenya. So the person exported a consignment of dried cow hides to Ghana under the GTI. So that's what the person did, and that was recently under the guided trade initiative. The person exported a consignment of dried cow hides to Ghana. So that's another recent one that has just happened. So for people that are in Kenya, you might want to follow Linda Chepkwony. I think she was one of the first sort of people that also, she was the first in Kenya that traded, exported on that. So if she's in your country, you might as well, if you can reach out to her. in respect of it, getting into it. So thank you. Akonji Oluwase, please go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the clarification. Akanji, please.
Yeah, can you hear me? Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, thanks for the training. I joined in late, so I missed a lot because of network issues. So I want to ask, will the materials be sent to the group?
Okay, I'll get back to Bushra on that. I'm not sure. I'll get back to Bushra on that.
Okay. Then I want to know the criteria for joining the AfCFTA, so that one can start.
Yeah, you can't,
exporting, at
because you
least.
missed the class, you might not really, not about you joining, it is about the country. It's a country thing. So Nigeria has not started, Nigeria has not yet joined the guided trade initiative. So once Nigeria joins it, if you're in Nigeria, then you can also export under it. But for now, we only have 8 countries I mentioned. We have Cameroon, Kenya, Tanzania, we have Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Mauritius. Those are the countries that have started trading. That's the guided trade. So it's not even full implementation. It's just a trade. It's just a test phase that the AfCFTA Secretariat is seeing. Like, they're also matching buyers and sellers. Okay, let's see. Let's just have a test environment for this AfCFTA so that when it becomes fully implemented. So it's for them to take lessons of okay, this is what has happened, this is what we learned, these are challenges that happen, so that when it becomes fully implemented, we would have been able to address some of these issues. So that's what that guided trade initiative has come out to support. Nigeria has not yet signed. Nigeria wants to join the next phase. So I'm sure when the next phase, when we join, the information will be out. So for people that want to trade under it, then you get that, you'll be
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so my another question is, what if I'm here and I found a buyer in one of those 8 countries and a seller in one of those 8 countries? How can I do the connection? Is there a way I can connect the two together and still export under AfCFTA this thing? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No. How are you here? You want to export and you want to sell, you want to be a linkage to link.
We might have a buyer in Egypt and a seller in
Okay.
Morocco, one of those 8 places you are talking about.
Yeah.
And we'll connect them together and get a commission. Like that
Then
woman
I think that's your own. I think that's your own arrangement between them, whatever. But the products must be from those 2 countries. So if you are doing like they're offering services, like you're connecting buyers to sellers, that's an arrangement between you people, and I'm sure if that's what you're doing, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to. So that's an arrangement between you that you have with them, that these are them. This is what you take for your services. You connect buyers and sellers, but those products must originate. I don't know whether the buyer is from Morocco or the seller is in Egypt. Whoever is selling, the products must be from that country to go to the other one. Yeah, so that's
I'm saying, can it also be done under this particular community, this AfCFTA, since they are under it already?
Yes, they are trading under it. If they decide that they want to trade export under the AfCFTA, they have the opportunity to do that, because they're already in their country. Is active. That the initiative is live in their country.
Okay, no problem. Pending the time, we will do our own. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Akanji. So Alice, you can go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Good afternoon, and thank you so very much for this wonderful presentation. And thank you again to African Food Change Makers. We are very grateful. I have 2 questions, please. I am Alice Madaki, and I'm into food processing. We process whole lemons into powder, that's fruits. And also distone and package acha, fonio, and finger millet tamba into flour and grains. Please, what are supposed to be the country approvals I'm supposed to have if I want to export to another African country under the AfCFTA agreement when it eventually takes off? Let us maybe start getting ready before Nigeria signs the treaty. what are supposed to be the approvals, country approvals. I have NAFDAC already.
Wow.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So that's what I'm saying. Like I mentioned, what a lot of people still need to put into consideration is that AfCFTA is still being negotiated, sort of, but there are already rules and regulations and policies in place in different countries. And each country has its own requirement. Like if you want to come into this country, whatever you want to go into, you have to, their information, if you speak maybe to a trade expert or whichever country, their information where all the information that are stated. We have the African Trade Observatory that tells you in this country, if you want to export to our country, these are the things that we require. The African Trade Observatory, that's what of the essence of what that is meant to be. Each country is meant to provide all this information, but of course, we might not get everything, because some might not, depending on how fast those countries move. But you get information like that to go online, and they tell you, okay, if you want to operate, not just coming to our country, your products, this is what we require, maybe in respect of if it's like sanitary and phytosanitary measures, quantitative restrictions, and some of those things, they'll tell you, if you want to come in, we have this legal requirement. Just like somebody coming into Nigeria, you want to set up legal requirement, you register under CAC, you do it for Nigerian Export Promotion Council for exports. You have to use a limited liability to export. So that's sort of those requirements. But when Nigeria, then the approved, the designated competent authority, they'll tell you what you need for your certificate of origin. We don't have everything completely ready now. It's all been addressed, but all those information will be made available as soon as we are ready to trade. Like, these are some of the things we need in this area for this product. This is what you need in respect of even packaging and branding, in respect of licenses and different things that you need to get. This is what all those information will be made available in due course. Like I said, AfCFTA, they are just trying to like get everybody ready to prepare. What are the things that we need? What are the things that we, so some of those information, they'll start sharing them as soon as they become available to the public. When, for example, if Nigeria is getting ready to start to join the next phase, the AfCFTA Secretariat, we have our own National Action Committee of our own, they will tell us, and alongside the NEPC, that these are the things you need to do. First of all, you need to apply for everyone. You need to apply to be an approved exporter. This cuts across board for everyone in all the countries. That's a major requirement for everyone that wants to trade under the AfCFTA. You don't just say I'm an exporter. You have to apply to be an approved exporter. So when you do the application process, then they now tell you your products. We need, of course, for you to qualify for preferential treatment, the rules of origin, the certificate of origin that has to be issued from your own country as well, where you are taking it. So once they assess it, that's when they'll now tell you, okay, oh, you are not, you're eligible for preferential treatment, but that has to also be given to you as well. So those are some of the things that we need to take into consideration.
All right, thank you very much. And my second question, for example, now I have somebody in Ghana or Tanzania or South Africa, they want me to export things to them in South Africa. What advantages would AfCFTA be to me if I go to AfCFTA, or if I go, if I decide to do my business on one-to-one basis? What are the advantages of being an AfCFTA member?
Okay, what country are you in now?
I'm in Nigeria, Kaduna State, please.
Okay, you're in Kaduna State.
Yes.
Well, at the moment, you are not going to enjoy benefits really, because Nigeria is not. But if you say you want to go and set up, is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to get that. You want to set up in South Africa, you want to connect somebody from Ghana to South. Can you just repeat your question?
I'm just asking, what are the advantages of being an approved exporter with AfCFTA, and then just doing business on an individual basis, with somebody?
Okay, the advantage is just that your products enjoy special preferences, preferential treatments.
Okay.
That means that it will end the tariffs on your products. The usual government tariffs that you pay, it might be removed completely on that if your product qualified, or it should be reduced. There are some products that the tariffs should be taken off completely. At this point now, they're like, I think about 90%, of that, or the tariff will be reduced. So that is what it is. The advantage is that you are going to enjoy preferential treatment. So it's likely that your project will enjoy tariff-free exports or reduced tariff exports. That's what it is.
Okay. Thank you
and
so
so
much.
what is the essence of it? To reduce the cost of export, to reduce the cost of goods so that we can get to trade more with each other, reduce the cost of trading by Africans with Africans. Basically, when you take out those tariffs, reduce the tariff or remove, then the cost of those goods or services will not be as high as what it is really. So that's the essence really.
Beautiful, thank you. I beg, Nigeria should hurry and sign this thing. I beg, hurry. What should we be looking at? How soon will Nigeria sign the treaty, please?
Alice, thank you very much. Thank you. We have other persons on the queue to ask questions. So I think Adeyemi Oluwaseun, but thank you so much to our facilitator for providing insightful answers to the questions of our participants. Adeyemi, please, you can go ahead to ask your question.
Yeah,
Thank you, Yunus.
Thank you, facilitator. So I think I have two questions, and I think you somehow addressed one of it. I heard you mentioning there will be something like matching buyers and sellers in the AfCFTA program. So I wanted to ask before that, how do we get interested buyer and so I think you have mentioned something like that.
So under the guided trade, So you want me to take the two?
Yeah. Right. So the second question is, who then determines the price of that particular good? That's probably I have a good. So then who now determines the price at which I will sell the good? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So I mentioned about matching buyers and sellers. So the guided trade initiative, so we have an AfCFTA secretariat in Ghana that is the one in charge of this AfCFTA. So they are the ones that, even in the guided trade initiative, they are the ones policing it. Like they are the ones, okay, let's see how it goes. So, and part of what they are doing under the initiative is also to match buyers and sellers. So it's part of the services that they are also offering in respect of the guided trade initiative. So once it starts, they are able to do that. Maybe tell you, okay, I don't know how they are getting, but of course they'll get information of maybe buyers and sellers from different African countries, and they can then match. It's part of what they have said they will be doing under the guided trade initiative. So the AfCFTA sector. Concerning pricing, it's not the government that's going to determine your pricing for you. It's for economists. I'm not an economist, but the market forces will determine that. But of course, if the government reduces tariffs on what's lower than what is usually charged, of course they're expecting that products and services will not be so expensive and be out of reach. It's really, of course, to reduce the cost of goods and services and to also boost our economy. So nobody is going to determine your price, but there is a way that market forces will do that. So that's basically the answer to your question. You decide, your price, product pricing. It's not government. It's not the government that determine product pricing for you. But of course, it's expected that once the government reduces tariffs and the rest of it, then there's a way that it should be, they can get it. If you are taking out tariffs, you to try and, make the goods affordable as much as possible. That's it, really. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So we're just going to have one more person, that's Manya, ask his question, and then we would definitely appreciate our facilitator and then share the rest of the details we have for today. So Munir, you can ask. Munir.
Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. I just have two questions. The first one, I want the facilitator to explain more about this holy, there is something there she explained, so I did not get it well in the slide, where she made mention of agricultural product like the vegetable, which are, so what I want to understand, is it restricted to Ghana only? Maybe the
No.
product from Ghana.
No, okay, I just used those countries as examples. It's not restricted to any country. It's for all the state parties. So what I just did, they were just like to just give us examples using countries as examples.
Then
so
the next question,
if you deal in vegetables and you're in Kenya or you're in Zimbabwe or you're in Tanzania, it applies to you. Your product is only obtained from that country. It applies to you, not just Ghana. I just used this as examples.
Okay, thank you very much. Then the next question is that in which currency, like now, if I'm to export my product from Nigeria to Ghana or any other countries, like is there any currency that the AfCFTA that agreed on?
Oh, okay. I mentioned that there's a Pan-African payment and settlement system that is also, which is also one of the tools under the AfCFTA. So the currency is, so we are going to be trading under, you trade under your own country currency. So if you are exporting to Ghana, the Ghanaian buyer will make the payments in the bank in Ghanaian currency, which is the cedi. When you go to the bank, you receive it in Nigerian naira. That's the way it's going to be done. So payments will be done in the national currencies. So you're not going to be looking for dollars, or that Ghanaian, you're not going to be looking for dollars to use to pay to you. He pays cedi, the equivalents in their own bank there, then you receive in naira. That's the way.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you, everyone. And just to also, my final word, sorry, I don't know if yeah, so if anybody wants to listen, for people that are, I don't know, digitally, I have a podcast. I have shared information right from the beginning, explaining what the agreement is about, detailed information, even recent updates on the AfCFTA. I have them. So if you want to listen, I have it on what I described, Google Podcast. I have it on Spotify. I have it on Anchor, and it's going to be getting on. I intend to move it also to Amazon and Apple very soon, but they are not on that. And it can also on YouTube. It's also, the process is ongoing, so you might want to listen. And I shared latest updates on the AfCFTA, things that are ongoing, so you can get more information on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Omobola. It has been a very insightful session. SCP participant, please, can we celebrate our facilitator in the comment section? Can we say a big thank you to her? And, let's just show our appreciation to her in the comment section. Thank you so much. It has been quite insightful learning from you about the policies and the updates and every other thing. It has sure, added to our knowledge and also changed some of our perspectives. So you can see the feedback from people in the comment section. Thank you. And from all of us at Africa Food Changemakers, thank you for contributing to this program and also sharing value with our participants. We're sure going to get the link to your podcast and share with them so they can listen over and over again and gain more clarity. And we're grateful. So enjoy the rest of your day, Ma.
Thank you very much for having me. And thank you everyone for listening. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. All right. So everyone, I'm sure it has been. Hello? Can you all hear me? Yes, I'm sure it has been value for your time. Someone says this is the first time I learned how to pronounce AfCFTA. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. That's amazing. All right, so we're going to share with you. We're coming to the end of this live interactive session, and we're going to let you know how to connect with AFC, and I would hand over to our membership officer, Nosa Obano, to take us through the session. And after that, we have one or two update and announcements we have to share with you before we call it a day for this evening. So Nosa, over to you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so apologies for that. I was having the network glitch from my end. I'm not sure I will be able to turn on my video as well because of the network. So congratulations to everyone and good afternoon, everyone on the call. Participants on the call, this is membership drive, and I'll be facilitating the process of knowing those of us on the call who are not yet members and who are not yet members of the hub and are missing out on the opportunities AFC offers to them. And for those on the call who are members of the AFC hub, it's great connecting with you as well. So a membership for our AFC is just about creating a platform where entrepreneurs can leverage opportunities and meet and interact with like minds and offer peer-to-peer support. Our membership community consists of over 3,000 members on our hub, and they get access to strengthen and scale their agribusinesses. They prepare your agribusinesses to enter African and global market as well. And we also offer referrals to funding, speaking engagement, and exhibition opportunities. We also assist and access to vibrant and community of chain makers across the world. And we offer seamless data opportunities which you can find on the hub. And the criteria for joining our membership community is just that you must have or work in an agribusiness enterprise. You must own an agribusiness, and your agribusiness should be in existence for a period of 6 months. And lastly, you should be able to have a social media presence or a website which can tell about the activities you do on the agribusiness value chain. And to be a member, we just have to share the link on the chat where you can go directly to the top of the navigation bar of our AFC hub, and you see the channel where you can click login or join. Login is for those who are not members, while join is for those who are not members, while login is for those who are members and can access and navigate the dashboard. So I urge everyone on this call who are yet to benefit from our membership opportunities to follow the link shared in the WhatsApp in the group to join and continue benefiting from AFC's opportunity. Thank you, and over to you, Makhan.
Thank you so much, Nosa. So let's do a quick poll. How many of us here are already members of AFC? Being a participant of SCP does not mean you're a member of AFC. Hope you know. If you're a member of AFC, you're already registered member of AFC. Registration is free. You're not paying any time. It takes less than 5 minutes to get you registered. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, Mamelo says, yes, I am a member. Chiamaka said, Ismail is registered already. Okay, let's keep it coming. Halima, okay, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Are you a member of AFC? If you're not yet a member of AFC and you got selected for SCP, you're missing out a lot because we have a lot more in store for you when you sign up to become a member. Okay, Sebastian is a member, Dr. Sambo is a member, Olufunke is a member, Chibike. Okay, everybody's who is not a member? Let me know who are those that are not a member. If you're not a member, say not yet. You should wait for me. If you're not a member, say not yet. Wait for me. I'm about to join. Let me know. I want to also know those who are not. Okay, is this the same with Nourishing Africa? Yes, it is. If you're already registered, then with Nourishing Africa, yes, you are a member of Africa for Change Makers. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. Oh, Rachel, I like people that are very sincere. Rachel says, I am not yet. Ricardo says, not yet. Please, let's send them the website link so they register. Thank you, Rachel. I think it's Rachel I saw. I want to check the name so I can call you out very well. Rachel, yes, Rachel says, not yet. How do I join? Please send her the link to join. Gift, thank you. Gift says, not yet. Wait for me. Don't worry, we're waiting for you. Ricardo says, not yet. So please, let's send her the link to join and become a member. And I'm sure in the next 5 minutes, they should be able to sign up. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining this edition of the live interactive session. We'll keep you updated with every other activity. Check out for your mail. We're constantly sending emails, so make sure you're always checking your mails, and also check the WhatsApp group for other information concerning the program. So, join our members. Like we said, join the community of entrepreneurs from over 39 African countries. If you've got feedback, do well to share your feedback with us, either via social media or via mail or via the WhatsApp group on how we can serve you better. Follow us on all social media handles. It is Africa Food Changemakers on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. On Twitter, it is the AFC_hub. The AFC_hub. We look forward to connecting with you all. So make sure you go follow us right now, because social media is where you get the constant update of what we're doing. You can also connect with us for other inquiries. Contact us on sep@afchub.org. Okay, so we're going to take a group photograph right now. Everyone, turn on your camera. Turn on your camera. Let's take a group photograph. I want to see your face. Some of you, you've been seeing my face for the past 1 hour. So it's time for us to see your faces. Make sure you're smiling. Say cheese. Cheese. Don't say it to your mouth, just smile. Cheese. And then team members, let's get screenshot. I see. Wait, I did not say you should unmute and say cheese. Just okay. I said say cheese, but what I meant is smile. Like say cheese with your smile, and then so we capture your face. I see Chiamaka, I see Akan, I see Agnes, I see Ndike. All right, so let's take screenshots, everyone. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It has been such a wonderful time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Connect with us on social media and make sure you are signed up to become a member. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for the session.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right,
We appreciate you.
All right, bye.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, we're going to share the recordings. For those of you who joined the class late or you were absent, we're going to share the link for you to catch up on the recording. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. See you next